Hi, and welcome back. Type 1 diabetes affects so many people around the world, and Dr. Shear and Dr. Hornbuckle are here to help us learn about the technological strides they've been making within this field. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So I know that it's a current burden for people that do have type 1 diabetes. So how can we manage it?
Yes, so we're excited to be here as Insulet paid spokespersons to share our personal experiences with you. So, when we think about type 1 diabetes, we know it's an autoimmune condition, which means that the insulin producing cells of the body are attacked. And slowly, we need to rely on insulin replacement, whether by multiple daily injections or insulin pump therapy. But it really means that the person with diabetes has to be thinking about what their glucose levels are, how much insulin to give in order to achieve glycemic targets. So there's a lot of burden living with this chronic medical condition.
Wow, so true. So what is Omnipod 5 and how does that system work?
Yeah, we're really excited to be talking about Omnipod 5. It's a first in class tubeless automated insulin delivery system. So, what that means is that a continuous glucose monitor sends glucose data every 5 minutes to the pod. The pod contains insulin and sits directly on the skin and has a math formula that adjusts insulin using a customizable glucose target. So, with the customizable glucose targets, we're providing more physiologic insulin delivery that's also more personalized for the person with diabetes.
Wow, this is amazing. So this is a breakthrough technology. So why is it good news for parents of children that have type 1 diabetes and others like caregivers?
Sure, that's a great question. And, I did want to clarify, I'm actually not a physician. I live with type 1 diabetes myself, and I do have two children who also live with type 1 diabetes. So, this device, all three of us are on, has just been a major breakthrough. We can, really spend less time thinking about type 1 diabetes and more time just enjoying our life. Some things, many people take for granted. People with type 1 diabetes, we have to really think a lot more about like eating and exercise, stress, hormones, growing. And so this device has really simplified our life.
Man, this proprietary technology is amazing. I'm loving every minute of this. So when will this be available for us to get?
Sure, this device is actually available now. Omnipod 5 is available. The best thing to do is for those who are impacted by type 1 to talk with their healthcare provider about this. They can visit omnipod.com for more information and for product safety information as well.
Now, I have a personal question. How are the levels of the glucose administered? Is it through the app? Is it hourly, or is it when the glucose levels are at its peak? Or
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. So, what ends up happening with the system is that customizable targets are set throughout the day, anywhere from 110 to 150 in 10 milligram per deciliter increments. And so that means that the system is constantly adjusting insulin delivery every few minutes based on the newest glucose sensor reading. And so that's happening between the on body devices, the glucose monitor, and the pod itself. Somebody can use an app on their smartphone to go ahead and bolus for insulin delivery, or if they don't have a compatible smartphone, there's a controller that's available. So, really, it's constant automation with much less need for user intervention, allowing persons with diabetes just to really live life and not have to worry constantly.
amazing. Dr. Shear and Dr. Hornbuckle, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the pertinent information about Omnipod 5.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Well, coming up next, we will be chatting with American Heart Association on how to protect any surprise bills here on North Dakota Today.